Right, it is 6 p.m. and I am opening the July 16th, 2024 meeting of the Rutland Conservation Commission. Yes, I almost said the wrong board again.
What do you want us to be?
What's that?
What do you want us to be?
Well, I was about to say ad hoc bylaw committee again, but that's getting discharged.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we're done.
Oh.
Anyway, present in the room, Melissa Danza, Peter Crane, Jared Gentilucci, Glenda Williamson, Skip Clark, Tim Keenan, and Brian Bjorklund. Welcome, Brian, to your first official meeting as a member, and welcome back, Tim. We're glad you both got on the board. Where's my cursor this time? It's gotta be that one, right? Yay, it's that one.
It is a nice picture for this, huh?
I'd like to make a nomination.
I think you should donate that.
No.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Melissa as chair and Jared as co-chair and Tamika as clerk of works.
Works.
Okay, you got a second.
Discussion. Any other nominations? By the way, do you?
Can I denominate myself? No, I'm just kidding.
You can vote
You
nay.
can refuse. No, you can out and out refuse the nomination. And you, what about you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Okay. As long as it's not me.
Well, you lose your $3 every 2 weeks for.
The littlest amount.
All right, all in favor, roll call vote.
I.
Gentilucci, aye.
Williamson, aye.
Clark, aye.
Keenan, aye.
Bjorklund, aye.
Crane, aye. Guess what? I turned the chair over to Melissa.
Should we stand up and give her?
No. We can do that for Peter, though.
Yep.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you for being there for so long.
Yes.
I appreciate that, thank you.
All right, so next up is minutes for June 18th, since it's been a little while. Oh my God, you can run that? Yes.
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 And I'm running Zoom, I'm doing all that stuff, you don't have to do any of
I love
it.
it.
Until we find something I
Give him
don't
a
have.
title. Give him a title.
Yes. I have to think about it. My secret.
Make your motion to approve as written.
Second.
Oh, all those in favor by roll call? You can go first.
Crane, aye.
Gentilucci, aye.
Williamson abstain.
Clark, aye.
Keenan abstained. And Bjorklund abstained, I assume.
That is correct.
Were you listening the whole time?
He was listening, but he wasn't
I wasn't a
board
member.
Doesn't matter. Oh, it's okay. Okay, Dan's aye. Approved. The technicalities of. All right, first application submission, RDA for 21 Valley View Circle. Is there anyone in the audience here on Zoom or otherwise for this one? I'm gonna take that as a no. So I'll just do it quickly. So this came through as a building permit. There are wetlands to the rear and on this orientation to the left side of the house. They changed the addition from a full foundation to helical piers, so that there's less impact to the resource area. When I went out there, it's a very clear wetland boundary. It's very much, I think, just where the lawn is. You can see there's kind of a little bit of a dip where there's kind of the start of the wetland edge. From what I could put together, it looked like in between this lot and the lot to the left, the wetland that kind of comes down in between was part of a replication area from when the subdivision was built.
Is that from this stream?
It's
Or is there a bigger wetland?
there,
than
it's
is
like
obvious?
it's more like a big, if you turn on the 2023 aerial on local. Went up, yeah. Go to the, perfect. So you kind of, it's all of that kind of behind the houses is what.
Right.
So it didn't necessarily see, oh, we're talking about you.
Okay.
No, you're good. So kind of within existing lawn area. There is already kind of an existing deck there. So overall wasn't a huge concern to me, except that it's just in the 100 foot, so they needed a permit.
So what's the scope of work for this
An
project?
addition,
An addition, okay. But they're going to helical piles, you said?
is that still the plan? Yeah. So I'd say just with a straw wattle. But it's very.
There's not gonna be earth
Yeah.
disturbance, there's effectively no earth disturbance, so.
Would it not be our standard?
Huh?
Would there not be a standard straw wattles and
Yeah,
fence?
I wouldn't even do a silt fence. I feel
Yeah.
like that's more effort than it's worth.
That's gonna tear up the
If it's helical
ground.
piles, there's gonna be almost
Yeah,
no ground
no, yeah.
disturbance.
Yeah.
I think wattles are
More than fine.
more than fine, yeah.
So this is an RDA, right?
RDA, so I would suggest a negative determination with a condition for erosion controls. Unless there is any other comments from the commission.
We have to denote like a location, or is it pretty obvious where they're gonna run? Or
The,
the
to
whole-
put in the
whole-
addition?
For where the wattles are gonna go?
Oh, I'd say just parallel with the back.
Pretty obvious to
Yeah.
follow.
Yeah. Even just at the limit of lawn, it's
It's your
pretty much right
property?
there. It's just doing the work.
I'm working for them, yes.
Okay, so I guess you know where they want the wattles to go?
Yeah, I'm assuming right on the edge of that lawn,
Yeah.
that kind of tapers.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just double checking,
Okay.
so there's no confusion.
Thank you, that's a good point.
Do you want permanent demarcation?
For this, it's just an RDA. It's up to the commission, but
How close is it, did you say?
it's pretty close to the edge, but they cannot go any further. If that makes any sense.
So it's right around
Yeah.
here, right?
Yep, is where the lawn is and
So where
it dips
drops
down,
off?
yeah.
Yeah, I can tell from the aerial.
Three.
I believe it's 3, cause it is within, but it's not harmful
Yeah.
to, or won't impact whatever you wanna. So I will move that we grant a negative determination, see, it's been a long time since I've done this. Grant a negative determination for the request for determination of applicability for reason number 3, that the proposed work is within a jurisdictional area, but there is no notable impact to the nearby wetlands, and add the condition for straw wattles along the edge of the lawn.
Second,
All those in favor by roll call?
Crane, aye.
Chancelucci, aye.
Williamson,
And I,
Yorkland, aye.
Danza, aye. Alright, so I'll sign up on the building permit. And Tamika will probably either send you and Marissa just the permit from us for your records.
Perfect. And I owe someone $35.
That would be her.
Thank you. Is that everything I need to be here
You're
for?
good.
Thank you
Yes.
guys so much.
Thanks.
Alright, next, request to extend order of conditions, Turkey Hill Pond Association. Okay,
So,
go right ahead.
yeah, my name is James Lacasse. I'm here on behalf of Water and Wetland, the company that manages this water body, also Turkey Hill Pond Association. We're just looking for an extension on the existing order of conditions. This pond's both in Rutland and Paxton. Paxton's was extended just a few months ago for an additional 3 years. No major changes at all that we're requesting. And it's still, the 2 invasives we're managing here are variable milfoil and fanwort, which are noted throughout the majority of the pond, as most of the ponds consider a littoral zone. More than happy to answer everyone's questions or concerns.
So I think the issue that we were running into was that on our end, it looks like this order of conditions has expired. Have you looked into that if you found
Yes,
anything?
Yep. So it actually, let me just pull it up over here. So there is actually a condition that is, essentially it is still valid. Condition number 6 essentially says, the order of conditions, valid conditions, and the order will expire on May 1st, 2023, unless extended in writing by the department. So, since it was issued prior to the COVID tolling period that existed throughout, Massachusetts, that adds an additional 462 days to every order that was given prior to April 2019. So therefore, this order would still be valid until, I think it's the beginning of August 5th, I want to say. So it still technically has about 2 or 3 weeks before it expires.
And on the order, special condition number 6, because everything we had expired 2021.
Yep. So if it's easiest to pull up my screen.
Just a second, I'll stop sharing so you can.
Okay, perfect. Okay, share screen. Oop.
Does it say you can't?
Yeah, it says I host disabled attendee from sharing screen.
Trying to remember where
Under the share.
was it under
bottom,
share
yeah.
now?
Go to the little up arrow thing.
Everywhere you,
Yeah. Advanced,
because they keep moving it every version.
they do.
All right, try now.
Perfect. Okay. Can you let me know when you can see mine?
Yep, coming up.
Perfect. Okay. So this is the order here.
Actually, I
if you
should have the
scroll down,
orders. No, I shouldn't, should I?
please
Because you never had the orders? Is
scroll
that-
down to this right here. If this order constitutes an amended order of conditions, this amended order of conditions does not extend the issuance date of the original final order of conditions, and the order will expire on 5/1/2023, initialed by JAD, unless extended in writing by the department. So, and then therefore, if you take that date, and you take the date of these dates here, technically, since it was prior to April 2019, it does indeed get the COVID tolling period, which
I'm not so sure about that. Because,
As long
because
as it was valid during the state of
I
emergency.
thought that it
Yes.
extend ones that,
Well, it does, as long
it
as
does, okay.
So it's from whatever the start is to when it would have
Right.
expired, that's what at the end.
So it would technically be the expiration date, May 1st, 2023, plus an additional 462 days.
It makes sense if we issued a 5-year and it auto-populated and Joe signed off. If that's JAD is Joe,
yeah, that's gonna be Joe.
cause that would have been, okay. So that makes sense,
2018 is when this was issued.
correct, so it would have been 2021, okay,
And I want to say, I did the math there, I thought I had the tab up.
that's fine,
99.9% positive, it was August 5th, 2024.
okay.
Do we have a copy of this order of conditions?
We could,
Apparently we don't.
apparently we don't have this copy.
Could you send that to Tamika, please?
Yeah, of course,
Thank
of
you.
course. Did you want me to should I stop sharing?
Yeah, that should be fine, thank you.
That's fine, thanks.
Yep.
Okay. That makes sense to me. It does. Any commission comments?
The COVID tolling period added a little bit of confusion.
Yeah.
I think.
No, I think
No,
it
that
was just-
part makes sense.
It was just any copy we could find was 2021, and we saw that the order wasn't recorded, so we couldn't find any valid one.
Yep.
So do we want to issue a 3-year or a 5-year extension? Because this is gonna be an ongoing,
I'm gonna make it 5.
it's what we've done with the other one.
Did Paxton do 5?
No, Paxton did 3, he said.
Paxton did 3.
Paxton did 3, yeah, it goes through 2027.
So will any of the information change?
No, we're pretty limited with what we can use. So unless new technologies come up within the next, 5 or 10 years, and they have to go through the whole EPA process, we're for the foreseeable future not requesting any changes whatsoever.
I'm fine with a 5, but we can do a 3 if you don't want that long.
Would you like a 3 or would you like a 5-year extension?
A 5-year would be great if you guys wouldn't mind doing a 5-year. If you want to keep it similar to Paxton's, we can do 3, but I think we would definitely benefit from a 5-year.
I mean, any changes they have
Or
to.
definitely prefer a 5-year.
Right, so I think we should be reasonably consistent in how we've done these, milfoil and
So do you
invasive
want a
species
motion?
treatments.
Is that what you would like? A motion to extend 5 years?
I'll second.
All those in favor by roll call?
Crane, aye.
Chancelucci, aye.
Williamson, aye.
Clock eye.
Yorkland.
Dan's a aye. All right, Tamika will get that over to you shortly.
You need to start.
Awesome, and I'll send over that order conditions that we
Yep.
have on file.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
See, I don't
Thank you, guys.
change the order, I just let it occur naturally. So I shouldn't have to point at people.
You don't mess with our heads?
Yeah, no, because it messes with mine. I think
That's
we
right,
all know
stay
how.
awake, thanks.
All right, next, request for certificate of compliance, 155 Turkey Hill Road. See Jim here, and then I think this was originally discussed in 2022. And you were gonna come back because there was some boundary markers and an updated as-built, it sounds like. At least in my view, it looked like it was the same plan that had been submitted in 2022 and hadn't been updated with what we requested. So when we last discussed this, in December of 2022, we requested an updated as-built. This one only showed the house and the septic. There appears to be no boundary markers installed per the special conditions, the boundary markers to be labeled on the plan, and the type and location of the markers to be reviewed and approved by the commission prior to installation.
So I believe it was reviewed and they told me where we wanted to put them, so you want that marked on the plan?
That's what we discussed last time, is that still the, so yes.
Okay.
And the as-built, we require like the driveway, you should have the wetlands on there, and the final grades as compared to what the approved plan was.
Yeah, I thought I had sent another plan, and the septic as-built has the driveway and the grades on it.
I only saw this one, but that could have been me.
Yeah, this is the one that's in the request.
Yeah, no, that's probably,
Okay.
that's probably my fault. So I guess my question is, do you need those boundary markers surveyed?
That was the condition, it sounds like, yes.
Okay, because that adds a significant expense to the family that's gotta get this. So I don't know if that would be like, is that necessary, or can a visual inspection be okay with that?
What does the board feel?
It's probably like $600 that they have to pay. Cause what I do is, when I sell a property, I don't control what goes on after that. So I help with the paperwork, but they're the ones that have to do, make sure the grass grows, and they do the recording and all of that stuff. So this just, I'm just trying to save them a couple
What
of bucks.
exactly are the markers?
What did you end up installing?
So what was discussed and approved was I have 4-inch pipe that's filled with concrete.
Okay.
That we put in at the jog areas.
Okay.
How did you know where to put them?
So it was suggested to put them, so if there was a straight line and a jog at the points where it turned. So I think we put in 15 of them.
Was it surveyed? Like, how did you find those locations? Was it
Oh, on the
surveyed?
silt fence.
You just went by the silt fence?
Yeah.
How many?
12 to 15 of them,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
I'm not familiar with the conditions, that I didn't look back on them, but
Do we normally ask that they be surveyed?
I think we started to put shown on the as-built. An option, if the commission is open to do, have the as-built without the markers, but maybe have a sketched in approximately where they are with photos labeling where they are.
or even
that-
ties, like you can take maybe you can measure off of a solid structure somewhere, or the corner of the house, or if there's something there that you could, two ties, two measurements to each one off of
Be a lot of information.
wouldn't cost as much.
No, I'm just thinking, how would that look on a,
Yeah, I don't know the property, I don't know,
No.
maybe you don't have anything that you can do that with.
I think that if you did a visual inspection, you saw that they were in where you wanted them, and that they're permanent,
I'm thinking like further down the road, years from now, I wanna know, wanna be able to recreate that,
Yeah, cause
those locations kind
they're
of.
to remain in perpetuity, so yeah.
20 years from now, somebody might need to find those. That's the reason for them, you know, I think.
Right.
it's a lot of money. It's actually James Lacasse's neighbor. The guy that was up there, next door neighbors.
I'm fine with the visual inspection, but if he could just like try to recreate it, put it on the, you said you have another plan that you think you have them on there?
The as-built has the grades, the house, the driveway, and the silt fence.
Why don't you send us that plan and then we,
Well, I'm going along with what Melissa said. I think sending that plan, mark it up with the locations.
yeah, right, and just add the locations, the boundary markers onto that septic as built.
Yeah, because there's nothing on this one.
Yeah, that's my fault. I thought that I had another plan with that.
Okay, so maybe sounds like get us the updated as-built without the markers, but take that as-built and put in the approximate locations yourself. Maybe with some visual evidence would be nice, and submit that for our either next meeting or whenever you have it for.
Okay.
Does that work? Is everyone okay with
I'm
that?
not good with that.
Issues?
Pictures would be nice.
Okay. Alright. Anything else on this one? We're good. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Alright, public hearings, notice of intent, Brandon Management, 255 Main Street.
That sounds familiar to me.
I think I may have, let me look.
Even
This is
more?
a tad fresher. I know you just got
Tad
the
fresher.
electronic PDF, I think,
Correct.
less than an hour ago, probably, so
Do we go in that recent? Is that this one?
if I can use
That was July 3rd.
slightly dated technology, but it works. It works if I get it. Oh, you're fine.
Give us that end name, so she can have it.
Nope.
Yeah, thank you. Not used to this whole. I know, slap me
Tossing
around.
this thing.
I know.
I also have a couple of official copies of land change letter for the commission. Some folks like to follow along in writing while I talk.
Making sure everybody's up, still awake.
Copies for you folks.
What was still that one? I was like,
Lights are going out.
I was wondering why it kept jogging every once in a while.
And every time Tim leans forward, it blacks out a port, yes,
Sorry.
that's,
It's been a long day.
Okay, so, gotta follow it from the size of the thing best we can. I think we've seen this a few times before.
Will you just do a quick introduction to yourself really quick?
I'm sorry.
Thank you. No,
I am one who dives like that. I'm Dave Buchanan. I'm a civil engineer with Thompson List and Associates in Boylston. And we're responsible for these plans and working toward getting access to dunks improved and safer, we hope, if we do it right with you folks. So the set of changes that were, I think, 2 meetings ago, we're having a one-way drive-in lane here. Why does that look funny to me still? Yes. 2 lanes, one going back to the parking, but a 1 lane around the building as opposed to having the 2-way access that's there now on Main Street. So this is further south. This would be the new access. Left lane goes back into the parking for those who need it. Left lane would be the drive-through, sign here. And then everybody drives out the northern entrance exit onto Main Street. So that was the first change, big one that we did. That changed the amount of impervious surface in that this is now paved, that front drive across the front of the building. That is now designed to be landscaped. So that'll be pervious surface, it won't run off as much water. The next request that you folks had that we've incorporated is from what we anticipate to be the employee parking area, a painted crosswalk with warning signs. For as much as Massachusetts drivers observe them, it'll be there. Keep it as safe as we can make it with the drivers.
you only have so much control, I understand.
I've driven here for 20-some years. I'm not a native, but I'm
is it
getting
a
it.
flash? Yeah.
I'm getting it. And adding a walkway for better access through this landscaped area alongside the building and up to the brick front porch. So,
It's just, oh yeah.
I'm sorry. That's been added to the plans. They have double-checked, we have double-checked, one of my colleagues, rechecked all of the runoff areas, the amount of water running off, to make sure that the drainage control structures and the outflows, they're all still less than at every design storm. The outflows, of course, are less than existing conditions. The water that outflows will be cleaned by the BMPs that are involved in best management practices to go through it. I have a landscape plan in here too. There will be about 9 trees and a number of shrubs between the driveway and the neighboring property, in addition to the landscaping of the rest of the site.
If I may,
Please.
how much has the back line, the edge of the driveway, has that moved back at all from our previous plan? Or is it the same?
The driveway or?
No, I'm sorry, from the parking.
Like
Edge of the
limit work?
parking?
Yeah, what's the yes, exactly,
Has the limit of work changed?
I do not believe so, but I can't answer that.
I think previously there was the outlet closer to the wetland, has that moved up, I think?
The outlet was moved back.
The rip
From the wetland.
Closer to the
Yeah.
slope, I'm seeing that on
Yeah.
the line.
They changed it,
Okay.
so it's not so close.
I mean, this is, here you can see it right here.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
And
before it
is that
was,
temp settling basin new also?
I think they had that in there before.
I don't remember anymore, but I don't know why it would be there, and maybe it was further down then?
it's not unsurprising.
It's
yeah.
not on this drawing. So
Gone.
whatever my colleagues who shifted the pond a little bit did, apparently they don't see the need for the temporary settling basin.
is it gonna be just like a riprap flared end or
Yes, riprap
detail
flared
on
in.
that? Okay.
Yeah, that's on the detail
Well, if-
sheet.
Yeah, if you have that, I don't see why you would need,
I think the temp
settling basin was for during construction.
Yeah, I think so too, I remember
At
that.
one point during construction, it was anticipated there would be a need to catch the water and settle it rather than let it run too fast off the site. And according to this drawing, I wish Patrick is now talking to good people in Princeton, so he had put the temp settling basin, and apparently he does not feel the need.
I think if you go to the next sheet, I think it might be on the next sheet, that's the drainage plan, next sheet's erosion control. I think it's not on erosion control.
Now look, don't do this to me.
You're right.
Look at you, I can't see.
There is a temp settling basin on the erosion control plan, which is where it belongs. Thank you.
It's great.
Between us, we'll figure it out. Thank you. Yes, temp settling basin, where the outlet will be permanently when we get all the rock in there and the flared end into the riprap. And the riprap is all design size to be, I think they're at about 2 or 3 inches, the 50% diameter of the rock, so it won't wash downstream.
Why the flare at the end of the limit of work?
Flare at the end of the line.
If you go to the temp basin and go to
That's
the
where
right.
it used to be.
Well, that was,
Yeah.
That was a leftover line, because at that point, I was the knucklehead engineer who had a flared end
yes.
out here. And
It's
the
the perfect shape.
limit of work has been adjusted
Now,
Okay.
to the fact that it doesn't need to be out that far.
Right, so again, we have a mildly outdated plan. Cause this one also, I mean, our plan doesn't show the walkway, which is fine.
I've got 4 sets of those to put into Mika's hands so that the right board and commission get them,
Yay.
or committee. Commission, committee, whichever it is. People, the right people, yeah, that's better. So I've got 4 fresh sets there, and you got an electronic one, I think, very short while ago. I don't know if you had a chance to.
I haven't had a chance to check, but I'm sure
Patrick, I know.
Patrick's.
I didn't
saw
see it
Pat
in the
might CC
conservation
you.
email.
No, he probably sent it directly to me.
This is like the electrons are still hot. Patrick sent it while I was driving up here, I think, so.
Very
I
efficient.
was.
Does the limit of work impose on Fairview Ave? It looks like it.
It does, doesn't it? I can't answer that.
Scarier question, which I don't know if anybody in
It's
this
not our
room can answer, is
jurisdiction.
Fairview
I don't
Ave?
like those people anyways. I wonder.
Well, it's a given, but.
We can't say that, no.
I
You can say
I
that.
say whatever I want now.
Is Fairview Ave a public way or a private way?
It's public.
Public.
It's public, that's what I was thinking, so.
If I'm not mistaken, that line is actually the sedimentation control barrier, which should be at the lower limit of work. The downhill limit. of work.
Right, granted, but if it
No,
impedes
it's
travel on Fairview. Fairview. I don't know what the process would be for managing that with the town. It is, as far as I'm concerned, not,
ZBA meetings, because they were very aware of Fairview and they had looked at that as a possible alternative entrance exit, so I think I'd be very surprised if it was encroaching on that, but I could be wrong.
alternate entrance and exit to what?
They were thinking about, there was a discussion of possibly using Fairview Ave as a way to access the site.
Oh, yeah, I didn't remember that, but okay.
You know, a work access. I'm not familiar with that discussion, so.
That's all right.
Unfortunately, we jockey jobs and strengths and priorities around so much. I did some work on this a while ago, so I have to bring it to you tonight.
So, impeding the right-of-way is not jurisdictional to Conservation Commission. So, I'm just gonna have you talk to the right people, probably the DPW and the ZBA, to ensure that everybody's okay with this. Where's the wetland
To the right.
Is it far away? That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember, cause I thought it was pretty darn close
It's-
when, to this.
it's
I
the
thought it was
gray.
within 5, it's like right here, isn't it?
It is there, it's that gray WFL.
Yeah. It's close for a little bit and then it starts to tail off.
Right, yeah, it's like 5, 6 feet here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wetland flag.
Yeah, wetland flag line. Which actually, the way it was flagged, the wetland flag line peters out.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? Which is,
I remember puzzling over that when I put that funny.
is this current outflow pipe active today, do you know?
Does that say remove
No,
on it?
if you see the note on it, it is,
When we did the walkthrough over there, it looked like it was still.
well, I'm sorry. it is-
I know it's there, my question is water flowing through it today?
Should be. It's still,
Ties into the existing.
Yeah, actually it does, ties back
that's the
there.
drainage the parking lot has now.
Yeah. But that section's gonna be
Right.
removed.
This plan would remove the section that comes under the new trash
Right, all the
enclosure.
way.
That'll come out from, and this will be blocked off or removed, that's the deep manhole, I'm sorry, catch basin. And this will also be removed so that we use the old manhole here, use 2 old pipes there that are sufficient. We check the sizes of them with the rational calculations. And then we'll take from deep manhole to the water cleansing unit, water quality unit, and into the infiltration pond.
I would just make sure all your erosion controls capture that pipe then.
Current pipe,
Right, that's being removed, cause it looks like that pipe is extending past the
good point.
erosion control barrier.
So that when we start the work, before it is actually removed or blocked. Okay. That'll add another funny jog to the,
Or at least having something on the downslope side while you're doing it.
Right, well, I mean, if they're gonna remove the pipe, they're gonna do earth disturbance all the way to the edge of the pipe.
Yep.
Which is, if I remember right, not very far outside the hill.
Right.
So, yeah,
Unless you
Oh,
can
rolling seed.
pull it from the inside.
well, possible. What's that?
It's a grass slope, not riprap.
Yes, that's a grass slope, the only riprap is at the outflow, that little trapezoidal area in the outflow.
2.5 to 1, you can do that with grass,
Alright.
with erosion control fabric, so that'll work.
I remember that is also the minimal mowing, semi-wild grass mix prescribed by the DEP anyway for that slope. I had memorized at one time how much rye, how much clover, how much whatever else. It wasn't bluegrass, but some other kind of grass they put in, I don't know, it was an interesting mix that they prescribed.
Rescue.
Yes, that was it.
Well, it'll be easier to get coffee, that's for sure.
Is the retaining wall on what is on our line the lowest part, does that step down
Yes,
okay.
yes, it does. If you look, it steps down to about 1/2 foot at its lowest point. And it's not easily read here, but the top of wall and bottom of wall are indicated, if I can flip to the right sheet. At one point, that wall is about 12.5 feet high. And yes, it stepped down, tapered down with the hillside to the end of it, till it ends up at about 1/2 foot.
With the latest plan, how much more or less stormwater is expected to flow through the stormwater system than the current system?
I don't have that I don't have that, the newest stormwater study. I know that the total reduction was about 900 square feet.
I'm actually thinking about what's coming out, not what's going in.
Said less.
Less than today with all that impervious?
Yes,
Yep.
Oh, because you have this big holding pond or
yes,
device.
because this is just running. That's just running, and then the other area is just running down the slope toward the wetlands.
Yep.
And now with all this impervious area, catching it, putting it through a water quality unit. This is designed to allow a large chunk of it, fairly large chunk of it to infiltrate, but it also then holds it so that its outflow is controlled. That's the biggest piece of it, probably is the outflow control as much as the infiltration.
I think I've asked this, but I see you did test pits that had appropriate groundwater separation.
Yes. Yes.
Somebody please remind me, aren't there woods just behind, or at least copse of trees?
Some trees back
That's, I
there.
was trying to remember.
I think there are. Not a lot, but some, and I don't know that
And I don't know if they're on this property.
the existing conditions is right in the back of this map.
Existing, yeah, this is existing, but it doesn't show it.
It doesn't, does it?
I mean, it's okay.
There are trees down there.
I know, I was remembering that, but I'm,
On the,
Were there trees over there?
Are they happy trees, Peter?
No, they're sad trees.
I think they were pretty much lined up with the wetland flags,
Yeah.
that's
think
what I
you're right.
remember too.
within 5 feet or so.
I tell my boss I want a new tripod.
Man, you are close to the zone A.
What's the which now?
The zone A line is just below your property. Well, the development, so, good for you, lucky for you.
Good that it's only close, you mean?
Exactly.
Let's go through the DCR in this. Is this
That's right,
outside
why not?
the DCR?
I don't think we.
You're not in their jurisdiction?
Impacted their turf at all. Thank God.
That's, yeah,
No, they do fine work, they do fine work.
I know, but
They require a lot of fine work.
they do require a lot of stuff.
That's where Patrick in Princeton, it's for the dog training center needs,
Oh, God.
and they're like treading on DCR with anything they do, so it adds a layer or two or three. I did take, from what we've talked about so far, to find out about encroaching on right-of-way. Up there on the, I guess that's the north part of the site. And the,
Well, map north anyway.
up Fairview Avenue, where, and I can't say without looking at the grade lines, why that has a bump northward in that limit of work anyway, on that erosion control plan. And the other one is to make sure that we're not allowing mud to run out of the old pipe while they start the work.
Or that the removal operation does not go beyond, does not have earth disturbance beyond the ECBs.
Well, and yes, so.
That require a little jog there. Take that back.
Yeah.
Either that or just propose a temporary section. Just while you're removing that. I think that would be better than
A temporary.
a temporary section in that area just for when you're removing, since that wetland flag is right at the boundary.
Temporary section of
Yep.
erosion control.
Yeah, so
That's what
not
I'm trying to say. Yes.
for the entire project.
Yep.
Cause that might
Yep.
fill it with me.
That is, my one thought I'm having is, should that at least stay in place until the new system is up and running, so that you're getting, during construction, I guess? Should there be something in there that says that should stay, not be removed until the new system?
I think you'd want it out before.
Where is everything gonna go? If that's your only outlet from that parking lot,
It's right there.
Well, we need the
There is-
ECBs to stay in place until
Yep.
the grass takes over.
I see
Well,
what you're saying.
But there is gonna,
if you
there's
go in
gonna
and just
be,
remove that first, now you
Then it doesn't go
have
anywhere.
your stormwater has nowhere to go, so it's gonna be more apt to breach.
As specified to stay through construction.
It is.
So then there should be something on the outlet protecting it.
Yeah.
For the.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just looked quickly through at least the last iteration of the stormwater report in the O&M plan. And there's nothing during the short term or during construction about catch basins and like silt sacks and things like that, so that should probably be included.
I think I
It's just
saw
silt fence stuff. It might have it on the
basin
plans.
filters.
Yeah, but I would include it in the O&M
Oh,
in the
yeah.
stormwater report. What else was I
Is there a separate, and I should.
So there's the short term and then there's the post-construction / long term. But there's nothing for the short term about like silt sacks in the catch basins or the temporary settling basin and how that will be
Yeah,
cleaned
like
out at the end.
temporary BMPs or,
The only thing during construction is about the sediment control barriers, the site entrance, and the infiltration structure shall be inspected on a weekly basis after storms.
But not about the protective measures for the structures.
Nope.
Can add that.
But there's something about pet waste. During the
Tamika?
short term,
no dogs allowed.
no dogs.
Tamika, did we ever get the report from,
Quinn?
yeah, Quinn? I was thinking Chris Lucas, that was wrong. We never did.
Kevin indicated he's working on it, but we have not received it yet. But they did send the revised stormwater plan, I think it was July 3rd. It came to us and went to Kevin. Or July 1st.
This is July 1.
Yeah, I have the July 1 open.
You do, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry, I think we got it on July 3rd.
yeah.
Right. The most important question I can ask, which is not jurisdictional, how long is Dunk's gonna be closed?
The true important questions.
I don't know. Fortunately, at this point, I'm not the construction
Right,
engineer who
right.
has to do the construction time plan, thank God. I used to do those as a young lieutenant, but I haven't for about 40 years. I don't know. That is going to be a severe cultural, social, and community impact.
Oh, yeah.
People driving to work without coffee.
Yeah, Tamika's on it.
Also, equally not jurisdictional, but the exit from, onto 122A.
Mhm.
That's gonna be one lane or two?
Two.
Two, so it's gonna be one for each direction to turn?
This shows a right turn only at the right.
Oh, and it goes straight and a turn
It's
left.
marked straight in the left lane. I don't know if there's gonna be a left turn preclusion there or not.
Oh, it can't.
Good luck with that.
No, it's not our, again, not jurisdictional to you or me
Yep,
for that.
yep. Cause I already know how many people turn left out of there.
As I said last time I was here, my son taught in Barry at Marvin and coached up there. This was his dunks on the way to work. He says, "What are you working on, Dad?" I said, "Oh, the dunks are on." "Oh, good." So he recognized it too. It's a familial connection to getting it back up. And he teaches elsewhere now, but boy, for a couple of years, this was his dunks.
Anything else that we can think of for tonight?
Besides Peter.
Is that, yeah. I'll leave him. He's got his thoughts.
Step down and look what happens to him.
How the mighty have fallen.
Any other Concom related issues? Is there anyone in the public who wishes to speak on this? Anyone on Zoom? Not hearing any.
No one is demuted, no one has raised a hand.
Any other commission comments? Otherwise, it sounds like we would continue to our next meeting. Wait on the Quinn report for stormwater. But in the meantime, I think we came up with a couple things. the limit of work, erosion controls, operation and maintenance. Maybe some sort of phasing drainage narrative to what Tim was getting to, if possible, or if it's in there already.
Okay.
Motion to continue to August 6th.
A second?
Second.
All those in favor by roll call?
Crane, aye.
Chantalucci, aye.
Williamson, I.
Okay.
Keenan, aye. Bjorkman, aye.
Dan's aye. Yeah, I should. I need a little like fly swatter.
Get a teacher's pointer.
Yeah.
Stormwater.
Blind him.
So,
Okay.
actually, I know we've already continued it, but I wasn't sure what.
It's pretty.
Drainage maps.
Yeah, it looks like they have zones that go to.
So that's pre, and post. Pre, post.
Alright. Nope, that's it. On the landscape plan, look, we have one. Except that isn't right anymore, not with a walkway.
No walkway.
How curious are you?
Not that.
Just want to know what's
It's
gonna.
okay.
Well, yeah,
Before I flip the pages.
Since
okay.
we've already continued the hearing, let's,
thank you though.
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Thanks for your time.
Alright. Moving on, old and new business, building permit review for 5 Moulton Mill Road. Thank you for coming. So there's just a change in where the house was originally approved under our permit and is now, my understanding is that the work within the buffer zone has been completed, but looks like where the proposed house is pretty close to the 100-foot from what I could put together. So I wanted the commission to discuss, and if you guys have anything.
What's the old one?
Yeah, that's the old
You
one.
want
That's the
this?
old one.
The new one's on the
The new
table.
one's on the table. Everything's
No,
outside. That's the old one.
that's,
The new one, everything's outside the 100. Skip.
This was dated 2024.
This
Yeah,
is,
no,
I had to
that
have it updated because it was expired.
so yeah, no, that's 2024, that's the new one.
Yeah, but if you look at,
Here, look, take this one here.
So that was the one on the building permit. This is the one that was,
Just done.
okay, so this is the
That's the
newest,
cor-
okay,
yes.
got it. So it looks like you still have to put have you put a sub drain in?
yeah, it's already in and stubbed in within the 100 feet.
Okay. So there's no, you don't have to, like, for the foundation, there's usually like a little bit of a, either 4-foot overdig, here, does anyone else wanna?
Yeah, that's all within,
Okay.
within the 100 feet. Outside the
Got it,
100 feet. Yeah,
I heard what you were trying to
outside of
say,
the
yeah.
100, the other way.
Okay, so all utilities are in, it's just building the house.
Yep, the foundation and everything.
What's that?
No power
Power.
line. Yeah,
That's gonna
that's gonna be a long process.
I bet.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Wait, is the driveway,
Driveway is built.
That's a different plan.
this
Glenda,
this says proposed.
That's different.
That's
That's the actual.
That's the old proposed, this is the new proposed.
Do this. Lose this
That's why I was so
Look, I'm not-
confused.
I'm so confused right
Yeah.
now.
one. Lose that one.
Get that plan.
Cause I was like trying to scale the house to
I know,
like,
I'm like, it says
Yeah.
proposed driveway, I'm like, that's in the 50-foot buffer.
so that's built.
It's already been.
So that's already been built.
With a permit?
Yes, from us. So that was when I got the building permit, I saw that things had been changed and their order has expired. So you do need a COC for the work to close out your existing permit. But for the building permit, because it was close, and that plan is very helpful now.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you can see how they.
Well, it's like, it was like right at the corner,
Yeah. Right.
so it was so tight, so I wanted the commission to look at it. Cause it was a little too close for my, without commission thoughts. Without commission thoughts.
Alright, thank you.
So we could have him put some sort of erosion control at the 100-foot, just as a
Protection.
boundary.
Still there, right?
just even
Straw water.
straw wattle?
Yeah, and they've been maintaining it.
Yeah, the old stuff's there, just have them redo
The
it,
old stuff is still there, okay.
just add to it. And that's-
Or just put it at the 100 foot as a visual.
Yeah, I could, yeah, probably be easier, huh?
Yeah, He never took the old stuff out, so just
Yeah.
reinforce that one piece.
They've kept up with it too, so it's all.
You're the best.
Oh my God.
But not everyone does. It's true, is it not? Alright, thoughts, questions, concerns?
So just wattles at the 100 foot?
I'm okay with that, others,
Man,
Yep, sure. So at this point, all the work within the 100 feet is done? Okay, so the process at this point would be getting a COC,
and signing off on the building permit,
and that's separate, obviously,
Yep.
but from a
So-
wetlands perspective,
just the COC.
just the COC,
Yeah.
that'd be it, okay.
So you can still sign off on the permit, right?
Yes.
And I can do that other, I think you sent me the paperwork already.
Yep.
Yeah, I have that.
What it says
Okay.
existing, so good. Yeah, so just
Right.
put the driveway on there.
The driveway should be on
Yep,
there.
driveway.
Everything,
Oh, I
is this
lied.
it right here?
No,
yeah,
it's
everything
in
that's
this.
been done's on there.
Oh, existing.
There's a
It's gray,
dash
it
line
blended.
that shows the
Okay.
edge of the gravel drive.
See, I have
How
yours.
kind of you to say that I'm blind?
No, I said I'm blind.
Eric, can you send me an electronic version of that plan or have Ryan or Julian send it?
Yeah, I can do
Okay,
that.
Thank you so much.
I mean, you can keep that one too.
No, he-
I have the.
Oh, you need the,
Yeah, I have to
Yeah,
do the
okay.
electronic one, but I actually think I can scan that without you.
yeah, you can.
Fancy.
you can
I don't know
keep
how
that.
to use it
You
yet,
can keep it and
but
try it.
Oh, you got a new printer? You got a plotter?
Mm-hmm, we sure
I
do.
love a
How
good
big's the
plotter.
instruction book?
How many what?
How big's the instruction book?
I don't know, I haven't looked at it yet. I was just waiting for my moment to shine and it's coming, so.
Okay,
Okay.
does anyone have concerns of us signing off on the building permit based on this
Based on that drawing?
location?
No.
And putting wattles as so? No, no,
Motion for that?
I'm fine if you guys are fine,
We don't need a motion for that.
beautiful. Alright, I will sign off when we're done with this meeting,
Okay.
how about that?
You can keep that and
Okay.
just let me know if you can't scan that, I'll have them send them.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Awesome, you're good, you're set.
I'm not sticking around. Just wonder,
He's not getting paid like he used to, right?
I know,
I got paid so much, how many years did I sit on the other side?
What do
Okay,
they say about payback?
alright, thank you. I'll get that paperwork in and
awesome.
get signed off on that, thank you.
Great.
Bye, guys.
See you, Eric.
Alright, FY 25 MACC dues, vote to authorize payment from WPA account. So let's, well, hold on a second.
Skip.
Does anyone want a handbook?
Yes.
You want a handbook? Tamika, you're gonna have to redo
That's
this.
gonna be extra. I
Yes.
already did the
$20
form.
a year, right?
Actually, I know it's already submitted for the warrant. I saw that on the paperwork.
No, I did that as a note, but technically I have to submit that to Donna tomorrow.
Can you do a separate one with the additional?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm
Okay,
joking,
okay.
I can fix it.
You can forge my signature.
You have to pay for it.
You have to pay for
It's,
it.
yeah,
And
now
they
it's all
don't
on that
allow you
portal.
easily to download it. They only allow you to get
You
2
can
through the
download
book.
it page by page, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I actually, a friend of mine wrote something to scrape it off when I
It's
had
brutal.
access ages ago.
Yeah, I would love to download a whole section, but no. Brian, also, you're a new member. He gets the free month in the new commissioner training. Will you email staff at MACC and get him set up?
Sure, I had already emailed them everybody's updated
Oh, the
contact
roster?
information, so they have Brian's
Okay.
stuff, so I'll just get them connected with him for the new
Yeah.
member stuff.
Cause you'll get like a intro, oh, you too.
I got
Tim,
an
you got it?
email,
Okay.
yeah.
I was like, oh my god, so you'll get, an email, it'll give you like a introduction to
Right.
Conservation Commission. And I think you get a month of the handbook maybe,
Tim, did you already get that email from them?
Yeah,
You did, but
I
you
have
have Brian,
not.
okay.
okay. Alright, so you want a handbook, a code?
Mhm.
Does anyone else want a code? You can always change your mind after the fact. So the handbook, if anyone hasn't, it's an online portal. by MACC. It breaks down almost anything and everything related to Wetlands Protection Act, rivers protection, just Concom in general, process, enforcement, appeals, permitting, jurisdiction. It's really helpful. The search function is probably the best feature of it.
Gosh, yeah.
It's, and I mean, I use it every week. It'll
Me too.
never be not useful. So if any time you decide you want a code, we can order it at any time. It's just like an online thing. So feel free, but for now, we'll just get one unless anyone else wants one. Okay,
Also, my recommendation for the two of you is to pay attention to,
the fundamentals.
well, I was gonna say the fundamentals courses and the semi-yearly
Oh, the conference?
conferences.
So they do one in March at Holy
Holy
Cross
Cross,
in
yes.
Worcester. And then in October,
I
I think it's at Devon's
General.
again.
it's at Devon's this
Yeah.
year. It's usually either in Devon's or Holyoke. The
I'm not
spring
sure I
one is
suggest
the-
going to every single one, but
Yeah, the fundamentals is good.
the fundamentals courses, which you can get there, and sometimes you can get them online. And sometimes you have to go somewhere to get them, it depends on what's
I'm
offered.
doing a
but-
lot of them virtually.
Now they do, yeah.
Yeah.
Although they're refurbing a bunch, so not as many have been available, but once they do, they should be good.
Are you gonna be an instructor? They're looking for instructors.
I don't have time.
I know, me neither.
Okay, yeah, the spring one is like the bigger one, it's like the real annual meeting, but the fall usually has some
Is
good.
that just open, you just sign up and go?
It
It's a
does cost
fee.
money,
There's a fee.
But we pay
we'll
for it.
pay for it.
It's usually a day, they give you
They're all
lunch.
day thing,
Yeah, it's not bad. It's good for networking too. They also have like a poster fair type thing, and they also have some vendors for like whether it's engineering companies or erosion control companies. Those are the best. And vernal pool stuff, so that's always fun.
Lots of free stuff.
Free stuff.
I have so many vernal pool
I was gonna say, I
clipboards.
have a lot of yellow clipboards.
Just about every year.
I just noticed on my property that I have a vernal pool on my property that I didn't know.
Careful what you
Gonna get
say.
certified?
Yeah,
I don't know if, it's not marked as certified, but it's marked as a vernal pool on the map.
you can get it.
Yep.
You can try and get it certified. Collect the data. Oh wait, that sounded like great, okay. Alright, so then the total with just one handbook would be $481, and we'd be paying this out of WPA. Which I'm
You
assuming
would have so moved.
we have plenty of money. Yay. Was there a move? Was
I
there
made a motion
You made a
a
motion.
long time ago.
Did anybody second it yet? Then I'll second it.
All those in roll call? Oh, favored by roll call?
Crane, aye.
Tinsalucci, aye.
Williamson, aye.
Okay.
Keenan and I.
Bjork and I.
Awesome, alright, I will sign this and then you can just forge my signature on another one. Meeting night, discussion of possibly changing meeting night permanently.
So I brought this up, it started off with Glenda's potential conflicts with Tuesdays with Holden requirements. And I did a little more thinking and said, what's gonna happen the first Tuesday in September? We're gonna get bumped out because Board of Selectmen, Select Board won't meet on Labor Day, they're gonna meet the day after, which is the same night as our meeting. So if we were to shift, we actually avoid potentially two things. One is conflicts with other boards who get shifted, and secondly is elections, which is another day we're not supposed to have to meet. Well, let me say that differently, that the Attorney General's office prefers that you not meet.
Yet we have.
We have.
What would be a day we wouldn't conflict with other boards?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well,
Yeah, I
looking at
know.
the schedule, Wednesday's actually surprisingly good. Yes, I know ZBA sometimes meet Wednesdays, lots of boards meet sometimes Wednesdays, but they're more rare and sporadic. So I just wanted to have the discussion, I'm not saying we have to, I also would say, let's not do it in August. If we were gonna change it, I would suggest changing it in September rather than in August to give everybody time, because we already got something set up for our next meeting anyway. But if we wanted to,
Glenda, did I hear you say that conflict isn't gonna be a problem? That you
They're
avoided
making me
still?
work I have to work over to make up for the time and then I left, which sucks because
So it would
I really
benefit,
can't work much more.
it would benefit you if we moved it.
Yeah, but just as long as it's not the first Wednesday, I could do the second and fourth Wednesdays. Not the first Wednesdays of the month.
Wednesday. I'd have to check to see if it coincides with the first and the third or the second and the fourth.
Usually do open space Wednesdays. Jared, you have stuff Wednesdays, I think. Where's that gone?
It's random, my schedule is random,
Yeah.
I have things every night of the week
And I have things
sometimes.
Thursday.
Okay, I was gonna say Thursdays aren't horrible either but there's more stuff gets scheduled on Thursdays than Wednesdays.
Yeah.
But again, and we always have the option of staying where we are. I'm not trying to drive us to any particular.
I have a few towns I work with where some of their meetings are Thursdays.
Of course.
And I do have to go to those at times, so, yeah, no, my schedule's just all over the place.
So I'm sorry, select board is Mondays?
Yes.
Okay, so Monday's out.
So Monday, right, yeah.
Haven't we had
Tuesdays
select
are-
board get bumped to Tuesday,
It happens
but we would just
yeah.
meet in a different room?
Yeah.
Have we done that
Yeah, we've
before?
done that
Right, it also complicates
Zoom.
TV and
Oh,
Zoom
yeah.
Okay.
and,
We just wouldn't be live, right?
Yeah.
We could still be
So we
recorded.
could still do it, potentially.
Happen
Okay.
too often.
That doesn't feel like a big deal to me, cause that doesn't happen, what, maybe a couple times a year? Maybe?
what I haven't figured out is why it happens to us all much more than planning board,
It's
but
always us.
doesn't
It's
matter.
gotta have something to do with those 5-week months that throws it off.
Well, it's gotta be, yeah.
So we still have time to decide in August,
We do.
so.
What about Tuesdays for you guys?
The occasional Wednesday, I'm not generally available, but as long as there's the Zoom option, should work for me.
If I know ahead of time,
Right. So maybe it sounds like for now, keep status quo?
Okay, stick on Tuesdays for now.
I think
Yeah, if we
Tuesdays
wanna
for-
make a decision to stay, that's okay. I just wanted to bring it up and have a
Yeah.
discussion.
If it becomes an issue, we will discuss again.
Okay.
Or we could always bring it up in September again if we wanna revisit. I don't know. Tell me if you have an issue and we'll put it on the agenda. Deal?
The other thing I was gonna propose is if we have one of those nights where we coincide with the select board and we know it's coming, maybe we say, hey, we're gonna meet on a Wednesday that week, so we don't have that conflict.
That's
And
an
then
option.
the rest of the time we do our usual Tuesday, that's an option too.
I like that.
I like that idea.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
one.
We already know that'll be the case for September. We're gonna overlap.
Do we wanna maybe for the September one then, think about doing that Wednesday? Maybe put it in your calendar as a potential. So worst case, we'll have our existing time and day, but be over there. Or move till Wednesday. Who else usually meets Wednesdays? ZBA? Is that
That's
the
only on
occasional?
that's only if they have an application, yeah.
What,
They should be done by then with dunks.
what's planning? Planning's Tuesday?
Planning's the
Planning's
second, fourth
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright.
CBA, RDIC,
Talking about the first week in September?
Cable Advisory Committee meets Wednesdays.
I don't know.
But we'd only be doing it for those occasions when it was the
Right, but if it's only
holiday.
occasionally, sure.
Only on the holiday.
So,
So what is this September? Is it the 4th or the 5th?
Monday is the
4th is the
second, yeah, so it'd be the 4th.
Wednesday the 4th, okay.
there,
I'm in Holden that night.
on the fourth.
First Wednesday of every month is Holden. Meetings.
Well, I can move our schedule right now for that, for this room,
To Wednesday?
for the fourth.
Let's do it. Why the hell not? You wouldn't be available,
Yeah, which is
but
fine.
just as the one meeting, okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Alright, yeah, we'll do September 4th. Got it. Oh, yoy. Alright, forest cutting plan, East County Road. I didn't see this one, I didn't grab it.
I did. It's nothing special.
There's the
Typical,
map.
typical DCR cuttery. City of Worcester, right?
City of Worcester,
Yeah,
it's a nice plan for a forest cutting plan compared to what we usually get.
yeah, cause it's City of Worcester.
Any comments, questions? So, for the, I don't know if we've ever explained this for the newer members, so forest cutting plans, we don't necessarily have an approval authority over them, but we do have commenting authority. So if we have concerns over, you know, the wetland areas, where the access, et cetera, we can send our comments to the state forester. It's kinda up to them if they take them or not, but it's within our rights too, but we don't necessarily have the right to say yay or nay, cause they have these kind of like exemptions, we'll say, under the forest cutting plans.
That includes stumping and tree removal, includes the stumping also?
Do they stump them?
I didn't think so.
No, they usually leave
It's
it,
just
Yeah,
for clearing.
just-
leave the
yeah.
stumps in the ground.
Yeah. So. Seemed,
But they do say clear cut. Clear cut to me implies,
well, I think it's commercial thinning versus clear cut,
right, well,
So
there's
some-
commercial thinning is right here.
yeah. So that's probably like selective trees,
Yeah,
while
right.
clear
That's
cutting is
probably
just
all of
taking them
them.
all.
Right.
I'm guessing in all cases, they leave the stump in.
Okay.
I've never thought of that weirdly.
I would assume they would. Why
I'm
would
like
they,
doubting it.
why would they
have to,
why would they
right?
bother taking
Yeah.
it out? It'd be way too much work.
It would be too much work.
And it's not like it benefits them.
No, it doesn't.
They just
They're
want,
just forest
They
management,
want the wood.
basically.
yeah.
Oh, so this isn't like a, so it's just for more management purposes, what you're saying?
Yeah,
The intermittent stream looks like little airplanes.
Yes.
zoom, zoom, zoom.
That's true.
So I assume the commercial thinning they're doing for the wood to make money, and the rest of it they're doing is forest management.
Yeah, or vice versa. Probably vice versa.
Really?
Health for,
Remember that.
health with thinning, money for clear cut.
Severe thunderstorm warning.
Yay.
Can we go back up to the species that they're cutting?
White pine, hemlock, Echinacea, birch, red maple, red oak, black oak.
Rain. What does MBF stand for?
Million board feet,
Oh, okay, thank you.
maybe it's 1,000 board feet, cause it's mill. But
It might be thousands. That
Thousand.
always
I'm
thinking
confuses me.
1,000.
Yeah.
It is, it's on
it's
the
not
top
mega
right.
board feet, it's it's mill board feet.
1,000 board
Oh,
feet.
thank you, I didn't see that there.
They don't usually put notes at the top, so.
1,000 board feet. Whatever that is.
Any comments, anything we wanna send back? Seems pretty straightforward.
I think so.
They nicely, they have 1, 2, 4 stream crossings, I think,
Yeah, I see.
looks like. But they seem pretty consistent. Alright. Anything? Doesn't sound like it? Okay. Alright, our last comment, our last business was wetlands bylaw, continue work on drafting wetlands bylaw. I will continue this.
It's a good choice.
I read through what we do have finally.
Good. Any comments, send them to me.
At least I've been working on the OSRP and Jared and Brian, so I've been focusing on that for now, but, yeah, definitely digging into the wetlands bylaw. Do we wanna keep it on for next meeting? I personally can't spend a lot of time on it until this OSRP is done
When will that happen?
by the fall. So shortly.
Do we wanna, well, but do we wanna therefore scratch it from the agenda until then.
till,
And then I'll have Tamika add it if I've done some significant work that needs review.
sure. Yeah, maybe Tamika, I don't think we have like the model bylaw and stuff up there, maybe putting that up just for references for others. I think I put together the other towns we were looking at some point.
I know we have some stuff on
You
the
have some
SharePoint,
stuff?
yeah. we
Yeah,
have the
okay.
folder.
I'll double check what's in there. But yeah, maybe keep it off for a couple meetings.
That's fine.
Let's get us through the summer.
And then I also just wanted to mention that because Melissa's gonna be doing a lot of the building permits and things as chair, we set her up with a town email address. So she's gonna be mdanza@rutlandma.gov. So we'll have that on all of the communications now.
My personal Gmail is like, I can't,
Oh my God.
I can't keep up with it. I was like, God, help me.
I know, and we email a lot
If
back and
anyone
forth with stuff goes on, so.
I'd be screwed. Okay. Any public comment?
Melissa, didn't you get a complaint
Oh, yes.
from some?
Thank you.
Thank you, Glenda.
Schmoes. So, Walnut Road, I think Tim, you went by.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's between 16 and 20, the owner of 20, sounds like it's the same.
Yeah, so I don't know, it's the same owner?
It's the
I
same
thought it
owner, I
might
looked
be.
it up, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like it might be.
Okay. Does it look like it's coming from that house at 20?
No, it didn't. I didn't even think to look like
Yeah.
that, but they opened a new access
I
from
drove by,
Walnut.
so-
They kind of took a few
Cool.
trees down and they didn't like put a stone pad or anything in, but it's an opening
From the road?
from the road and they're accessing from the road. So I would think if it was coming from from
They would've
20, he
just
would
put
have
the back,
just stayed
yeah.
in the back.
The person on the phone made the comment possibly dirt bike trails. I don't know if that makes sense with what you saw, but that was what the
It could be,
the
there was
complainant
a
said.
bunch of loads of just fill,
So
plain fill in the
just to be
back.
clear, it's the
It's that
empty
one, yep.
parcel right up.
Yes.
Okay,
That one. And didn't
that's the only
we,
empty parcel there.
didn't we just issue a COC for 20?
We
Walnut
issued
Street?
one for 16.
Oh, it was 16,
It's a
okay.
new one up.
One up, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Was it that one?
Yeah,
I
that's
remember
16.
that when we had to send them back to get the as-built redone. Remember
Oh,
that
okay.
one?
I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I have no recollection, but yeah, no idea. Okay.
So and everything is back, I mean, it's a good amount of loads of dirt, looks like.
Does it look like they've cut
I
trees
was gonna
down
say,
in
is
the
the tree
back?
line there?
The
Okay,
tree line's still there and they dumped in front of the tree line.
okay.
What the hell are they bringing fill in for though?
Who knows?
And it's obviously in the buffer,
I
right?
just don't know, yeah, it would seem.
No, it's not obviously because, well, no, it's
It's
200 from that, isn't it?
It's probably BVW pretty,
Yeah, close up to it.
like all the
be.
way to
Yeah,
the
it could be.
property line at least.
So
Letter to have them come and
Do you want
talk
me
to
to
us?
send a
I would
letter?
Stop
suggest,
bringing in dirt and.
I would suggest, yeah, a letter with a cease and desist saying, please stop all activity. And then, I don't know if, do we wanna just have them leave it there though? Put something, at least have an erosion control behind it while they cease and desist? Like how big of it,
Well,
how like,
can't we contact somebody and just ask what,
Have them come in.
and have
Yeah.
them come in and have at least
Yeah.
tell us what they're doing somehow?
Yeah.
Is that-
No, but that's gonna be for another 2 weeks.
So at
I don't
least
think we
telling
wanna
them to
let them
stop.
Right,
Actually,
right.
it's
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah, I got
three
you, yeah.
because of the extra.
extra week.
oh, so it's 3 weeks.
Yikes.
Like, did it look like it was stuff that would go, like, move?
It's just loose dirt, I assume, right?
It looked from the distance, it wasn't gravel or clay, it looked like more like a silty material.
So it'll
Something
wash.
soft that would
Okay.
run, yeah.
Alright,
So ask them to stabilize it.
yeah,
Yes.
thank you for reminding me.
I think that is
And then,
perennial
yeah,
stream.
then come to
It's
the next
perennial?
meeting though,
Perennial? Okay.
to tell us what they're doing.
I can do that. So if it's perennial, it's riverfront.
Actually, 200 feet extends like halfway into the property,
Yeah,
so
Yeah, if, so you think that's perennial?
it is perennial.
stream?
Yeah, USGS map shows up and Rivers and Streams data later it shows up, so it's definitely
Okay.
perennial.
Ooh, they're in trouble, living
Yeah.
in the riverfront.
Okay,
I'll lay down the law.
I agree with
Get them to.
that probably has a lot to do with how
So-
this was developed, with this this house at 16 was developed this far away, cause that looks like
Oh,
lawn
yeah.
though, doesn't it?
Is that watershed protection as well?
Was that a Julian house?
No.
No, that
He's
one's not.
across the street.
Yeah. Up on Kenwood.
Yeah, he's further up here.
Cause I originally thought, and I told Tamika, I was like, maybe they're finally building the house at 151 Kenwood. She's like, no. Alright, so is
I
there,
think they are,
yeah, they are,
yeah.
Yeah.
They are building one there, but.
Yep, but it's not this.
He's been over here on that.
Do you know who the property owner is listed as, Tamika?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it's,
tells you on the GIS.
Yeah, it is the same as
The
20.
same as 20.
So whoever owns
We're
20.
in Germain.
But isn't 20 the one that just came in for the certificate of
No,
compliance?
16.
No, that was
That's what I
16.
thought. I thought we had number
No,
20 as
because it
well.
went back like 10 years or
Yeah, it was
something.
old, really old.
But they just wanted to clean up they wanted
You-
to,
yeah.
because of a transfer.
Yes, you
It
guys are
20
right, I'm
sounds
sorry.
familiar.
You are right.
was a transfer of ownership or something.
Yep.
Yes,
did we issue it?
we
We
did.
did. It was an old one. Like it's
Yeah,
Yeah, it was really old.
Okay,
has been
yeah, I
built
bet
for a
that's on the
while.
SharePoint, yep.
yeah, I found that, okay. Got it. Alright, so, issue a letter stating cease and desist, so not necessarily a enforcement order, but a violation letter, cease and desist, stabilize, come to our next meeting.
Did you say it's DCR? Should I tell Alan or not?
I'll double check, I don't think it's on this side of the
Okay.
road, but I'll double check.
Okay.
Is there a motion?
There's zone A.
It is zone A,
There's zone A. I don't know if there's watershed protections. That's a different map.
so send it to Ellen,
But there
why
might,
not?
there might be if
Yeah.
there's zone A.
God forbid they put DCR's mapping on
I know.
the state.
I know, you have to go to that specific
go to-
viewer.
Don't you hate that? It's so
Yes.
annoying. You should just have it all on one.
Was there a motion?
So moved, I did say, I thought,
I don't know.
maybe I was dreaming.
You're dreaming. Yeah.
All those in favor by roll call?
Great eye.
Gentilucci, aye.
Clock eye.
Keenan and I.
York and I.
Ahem.
And
Oh. Williams and I.
Dan's aye. It is in the watershed protection, so you should tell Alan. I don't think I have anything else unless I'm forgetting something. Anyone?
So if a person has a problem with water, they should come to you, they shouldn't come to me, they should come to the whole board, right?
With the water? Yeah, sure. Yes. It's like,
That's very
Very
good.
elusive.
They came to me and I said, there's nothing I can really do, you should come to the
yeah, or
board.
have them send Tamika an email or go to
Yeah,
Tamika.
okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
This property here?
No, up on Ridge Road.
Oh.
Skip's in his own world, it'll be fine.
What about that guy complained about the Duncan?
You never showed
Never
up?
showed
Oh,
up.
what a pity.
Peter was witness to that last week, yeah.
Yeah.
You want a motion to adjourn?
Yes, please.
I did so,
Okay.
make it.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor by roll call?
Me first?
Yes.
Great eye.
Gentilucci, aye. Williams and I.
Clock eye.
Keenan and I.
York and I.
Dan's aye, we are adjourned at 7:23.
7:24.